That's not a scrape, people, that's a decal. Here's the new van, everybody. 6.0 liter diesel. F350, know what I'm saying? Econoline. So today I think I'm gonna go get some insulation. I gotta do some laundry too. I'm gonna spare you that terrible expense, but definitely gonna go get some insulation. And then back here, hopefully I'll get the walls, some of the walls, maybe most of them insulated. I'll do a little filming, but Van Build 2.0 starts now. Let's go. Oh yeah, by the way, I can't believe I went into the ditch yesterday. That's freaking crazy. I was literally like 10 minutes away from the car dealership. Anyways, this one, I'll show you the inside. Alright. It's bare bones, except for this. It's got the headliner with the working lights, 3 sets of lights, so I don't even have to do anything. All I have to do is go right up to here. We might put some sort of fabric up there, I don't know, but this is great. And it's got this thing. The moisture barrier is still on, and I don't know if I'll use it for sure. I probably will. There's a little padding there. Anyways, it's got this lip, and it's got one over there too, and I think I'm going to be able to utilize that. Anyways, first off, laundry, then money, then insulation, then laundry again, and let's go. Here we are, Home Depot. So I just passed a store that said discount home improvements. I should probably check there for insulation. However, yeah, I got a decent plan already. I think just for money's sake, actually, I'll show you a little bit about back here right now, because there are a couple issues. One issue, there's a little hole in the door right there, you can see it. Also, these things are mildly flimsy. But yeah, the good part about these doors, one is they open from the inside. Two, it's they have these little plastic things, so I don't have to cover them. Also, it makes it a lot easier to insulate it with that cover on, because you can just put everything over it and then just cut out a hole for the handle. Also, in the Chevy, there were windows. So there's a hole. There's a good sized hole all the way down the side, on that side, and just on the back over here. Just right now, use spray foam, and then have a dude at my work weld the outside when it gets less. Nice at the golf course because we have literally all the tools, both kinds of welders, all the crazy shit. And yeah, what's crazy is I haven't even been looking at the forecast. The sun is starting to come out kinda, and it might be good right now, but I kinda don't care. But yeah, so anyways, the holes are, at least right now, the holes between the inside and the outside body are going to be filled with spray foam. I believe I'm gonna get board insulation, but again, I don't know. If I don't find anything here that I like, I am going to be going to that discount home place and seeing what they have, because yeah, anything really, you never know what can happen. But yeah, I think at least for the floor, from up here all the way back, and I might even go all the way up to here, and I probably won't do up there. But yeah, so all of this to maybe right where this door, this little part right here goes across, I might do wood all that way, or I might go to the wheel wells with wood and then do carpet on the way back. Since this has the moisture barrier and some batting underneath it, I might not frame the floor. I might not insulate the floor. I'm definitely not going to mess with the ceiling, only because that headliner isn't bad, and the lights work. all 3 sets of lights work, even the one in the way back. And it's not ripped anywhere. It's a little ratty, but it's also got these little hooks up here, which, I mean, they could be invaluable. Freaking valuable right now. So I'm not going to mess with the ceiling. And I honestly, because I have flooring and an entire new carpet at home, so, or I'm sorry, not at home, at the storage unit. So I could possibly get away with just doing the 4 doors, the 2 side doors, the 2 back doors. This wall is big, obviously, and that wall over there. So this might, I don't know, I'm definitely going to do it differently, and it's going to be a lot different, but I learned a lot. So yeah, into Home Depot. This stuff is cheap and it's kind of good. I wonder how it cuts. So I think I'm gonna go with 1.5 inch foam insulation, like polystyrene insulation. The last time I used the board insulation, but I had to use like, I had to get like double the amount. But I think this will be good because I can use this under the framing, and then I'll grab some of this to fix the gaps right now, and then after I get this framed in, I'll put Reflectix over it. Let's go. So it'll be 2 inches of insulation in this van. Did I do 2 inches? I think I did. Maybe it was 2 inches in the Chevy. I don't know. Let's go. Oh, how much it can fit in the door. Play there, how much it'll... Ooh. Sick. Right on. Well, just right there you can see what one giant panel of insulation covers. So I'm pumped because that was only 18 bucks. It was like 24 altogether or something, 27 altogether. So I bet, you know, 20, 40, I don't know, one more of those and one more can of spray foam, we might be, and obviously frame it out, we might be ready to like immediately start looking at what siding. And I know, I don't think I took any video of it a second ago, but I really like the siding that looks like bricks. If you guys watch Van City Van Life, it's the same siding that he put on his walls. I'm gonna save, I saved all of my receipts from the last van build, and I also filmed everything in my last van build, but I just didn't edit it together because it was pretty convoluted. But maybe I'll do the pros and cons. I'll do the addition subtraction of this van build to the other one. This one's gonna be better. Not that this van is better, it's just different, but the van build will be better, what I did with it. Anyways, back to the laundry. So I am going to fold the laundry, and then we're gonna head back to the course. I am going to start this process today. I'm hoping to get it done mildly quickly, at least framing and cutting some of this insulation up because it's already 103. I have to then leave again, go take a shower, and then go back because I will smell by that time. Anyways, laundry time, let's go. I gotta start taking the laundry over, but look at this. So I put insulation over the whole side, but in these, this is where the ribs are, and I filled the ribs with spray foam. So I'll show you what's going on here. You can see it over here too. Like the ribs, they get dry first, and that's the only heater that I have running, this electrical heater. It's been running for like, I don't know, maybe like 2 or 3 hours, but it keeps this van so warm that like even the window, just from this, the windows are like nice and clear. But that's what I'm talking about. Like this has 2 or 3 inches of insulation. The only difference is it's like different types of insulation. Some is like the furry stuff, and then foam board, and pretty much Reflectix everywhere. But yeah, I think this setup's gonna be way better. Well, my mom just had a seizure, so my week is really going really great. Be right back. Well, after, I don't know where this vlog has been filmed from, but after my mom had a seizure, I didn't get anything done. So here we are in the van. Turbo is filming. So basically these are, what the hose? I'm just gonna fill it up with spray foam, and then we're gonna weld the outside when it's warmer. Here we go. Stud buddy. Hello friends, how are we? I got another big piece of plywood, and what I'm doing, instead of like mapping the whole floor and then trying to cut one giant piece of wood, I'm sort of just cutting and piecing in the places where I know are going to be, they're already level, so I'm not going to have to screw anything into the floor. And then once I'm done with this, I have a bunch of extra flooring in the storage. We're going to go to the Dutch shoe, and I'm going to get the flooring, possibly even the insulation and the ribs for the walls up. But for now, I'm just going to do a little bit of cutting of the wood and putting, kind of like, you know, just putting it, I know you can't see very good right now, but like, so, let's see. Like, there's a little spot. Basically, from here all the way to the front is a little spot. That spot's good. We have a couple ideas. This van, you can't see, you can't see. So these are like little hooks for to tie things down back here, and they go right into the frame. Good part is there's a hole that goes outside, so we might be able to make a pee station where we don't have to worry about a pee jug anymore. I'll just go on the ground. Also, I did a really great job with the spray foam, and I chopped up some of the board insulation like you saw and stuffed it in there. And when I drove to Home Depot this morning, it was like legitimately way quieter in here. So that's awesome. But yeah, let's get to it. Let's go! Van Adventures, Chill Adventures. Let's go. I can hear you guys now. Say, Cam, you have no safety equipment on. You don't measure pretty much anything. This isn't how you do it. And I say, yes it damn is. You know what I'm saying? You betcha. Sometimes I measure. Okay, it's getting a little bit lighter out now, so like it's easier to see. But I've got the floor frame, or sorry, the subfloor down to the back of the seats. There's just a little gap behind that piece of plywood. Couple things. I know. This looks weird, but it is, once I get it down in there, it's nice and sturdy. I feel personally, for me at least, cutting plywood to fit the spots that I have is exponentially quicker than cutting the wood to fit the entire floor. So maybe like 1 or 2 giant pieces. That is more pro-ish, not gonna lie. However, this works just as good, and also, I kind of figured that since I had so much like what's the word I'm looking for? Sawdust. I started sweeping it like into these little cracks, and it filled everything up perfectly. And even though I'm telling you right now, and you won't be able to see the subfloor, it does look like I covered the whole thing. So, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, me and the dogs are gonna go to the storage for a car ride. And then we're gonna get the tongue and groove flooring that I have. I have 2 massive carpets and just a lot of wood that I might be able to use for the walls. I want to get the walls insulated and at the very least framed up. I might not get the walls, like I want this specific kind of wood for the sub walls, I guess, because I'm gonna put it over. Obviously, I'm going to put the insulation right up against the body, and then I'm going to frame that in with either 1x2s or 1x6s. The only reason why is because I have a bunch of both. Also, I might, depending on how far I get, I might just throw that futon in here. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, we got to go to the storage. Let's go! I didn't have as much tongue and groove flooring as I thought, so I think I'm just going to go to the Holland Restore real quick, the Dutch Shoe Restore. Get maybe 1 box of tongue and groove flooring. I'm going to try to get the same kind. I don't know what I'm going to do exactly. But also, I'm going to see if they have any little things. Like little accent pieces, maybe. Find something weird. Cool. Let's go. So I just got another box of the tongue and groove flooring, but those little tile things were sweet. Like I said, I think we want to make some sort of actual place to pee and possibly poop. The only way we'll do that is if we get a cassette toilet or one of the luggable loos with a toilet seat bucket and some bags. But definitely, I think we want to forego the Gatorade pee bottles from now on. So a bucket, like I said, there's already a hole in the back where the tie downs were. So I think I can use that hole. Just get a little tube, run it right through the bottom of a bucket. You know what I'm saying? Hello. I don't know if I have Burger King on my face, but if I do, that's where it is. Anyways, we're back from the storage unit, and these are the 5 pieces of floor that I had left over from the other van build. There's the hole that I'm thinking is going to be where the pee goes out of for our bucket. Yes, I'm doing the bathroom first. Shitty thing is, yeah. Well, I guess it's not shitty, but I'm gonna have to cut this one, and then I believe that I'm just gonna have to spend probably like $50 on spray foam, because whereas my cobbled together subfloor is good, it is level and it is sturdy. What I didn't do with this build is I'm not insulating the floor, so I didn't frame out the actual floor. The reason why I did it on the Chevy was because it was already marginally framed out. There was already wood down there, so I just kind of moved a couple things around. But this had nothing, as you saw. and between the giant rubber mat and the moisture guard underneath it, plus the subfloor and the tongue and groove that I'm going to put over the whole thing, all the way from front to back. That's something that I didn't do in the Chevy either. I did half carpet, half wood. I'm going to do tongue and groove all the way up, and then insulate the cracks like along the wall. Obviously fill all of these holes. Oh, another thing, the Chevy has ribs that go all, so there's tons of open spot, but this only goes up to here, so technically it will be less. That, and also these doors that I had to fill with stuff, I'm not gonna have to do that either. I'll just be able to put insulation over what's already there, you know. But yeah, so that's what I think I'm gonna do. I think the luggable loo is going to go somewhere right there. Also, I need to figure out a way to like build some sort of a, I don't know. Maybe I should try to figure that out first. Maybe I should try to frame something out where I will, maybe I could just use that. When I'm doing the walls, I might be able to do that. Yeah, I think when I make the ribs for the walls going down, I'm gonna make something from the back of this wheel well, kind of like this way, so we can open that door and go right into the potty area. Or maybe what I could do is just get one of those curtain things, like a little. That could work, because I could probably just, yeah, I don't know. This will be interesting to figure out, though. You know what I'm saying? So, I think I'm going to use the new flooring back here, because I'm going to need to cut a bunch to finish this part. What I think we're going to do, because the bathroom kind of was one thing that me and Laura both kind of wanted. And I call it a bathroom, but it's just going to be a place to pee and emergency poops. And then maybe down the road, if we get a cassette toilet, we'll still be able to use this spot. We'll just modify it a little bit. But what I think is I'm just going to get one of those like hoop curtain things that I can probably, sounds like it's like a plastic thing. And those things are really light, so the screws should probably be able to hold it up there. And then we can just, you know, do a little curtain. I mean, and it's not like me and Laura really care if we see each other pee or whatever, because we already do it anyway, but it would be nice to have its own little area. Anyways, I'm gonna pick these floorings up, start to do these floorings, and go from there. Let's go. Yesterday went pretty good. I was getting a little frustrated as the day went on, but only because I suck at building and I'm not rich. However, it went good. As you can see, I got the I have 1.25 inch insulation behind there. I filled up most of the holes with spray foam, a little bit more than this side, maybe like halfway up this. What I did realize, like I said yesterday, compared to the Chevy, this does it only, the only thing that goes all the way up that's hollow are these ribs right here. So in my head, there's less room for sure, that cold air or hot air, depending on what you're looking at, is going to get through. Also, the 1.25 inch insulation is gonna, I think it's gonna be more than I had on the walls. I'm trying to think back, and maybe I had 2 inches at most on the floor and ceiling, and then maybe an inch or so around. At any rate, it looks pretty good. Obviously, I'm not going to leave it like this. I don't know if I put it in the first installment of this build, but there is a couple of these wall panelings that I don't know if any of you guys watch Van City Van Life, but he put this brick wall panel up on his shop, and it looks really cool. And I think if we did it over there, it'll look pretty awesome. I'm gonna buy some more of this. This is like hardboard. That's what it's called. It is I feel like they have it in schools for some reason. At any rate, I made some wheel well boxes. They aren't the best, but I made them. That one's way better, but this one's pretty decent. The Chevy's wheel well boxes, I don't even think I really made wheel well boxes. I covered up the wheel wells with some of that fuzzy insulation, and maybe I kind of framed it out a little bit, but this is going to be way better, specifically for just keeping everything symmetrical. And I think at the end of that, it'll save some space. Hello everybody, how are we? I got a new cell phone, and it's way better than the other one. It could possibly be way better than the GoPro, so we're gonna film a little something right now with it. Also, I hadn't filmed any endings to any of these van builds. I figure it would be kind of cool to round it out a little bit. So this wasn't filmed recently. This was filmed, well, I guess kind of recently. We had like a massive blizzard, like 5 days worth of snow. 3 days was, I was stuck here for 3 days. Nothing went wrong or whatever, but I filmed it, so you'll see it in a bit. I could talk a little bit more in depth about why I did what, and stuff like that. So basically, like the subfloor, the plywood, this van, there was some holes in the body, but like the floor and everything was a lot more sturdy than the Chevy. So it was easier for me to get everything just flattened out and lined up. Also, the Chevy had flooring. It had a lot of wood. It had insulation on the floor. The furry stuff, I switched it out with board insulation, but it already had a lot of stuff going on. So, and I was still living in an apartment then. So, I didn't have like a shop like I have here, and all of the things to make taking everything out, putting it back in seamless. So, piecing together the subfloor was key. The tongue and groove flooring compared to like linoleum, like the sheet of something, is like, you can't compare. It's just not worth it. It's always going to bunch up, and then you're going to get tears and everything. Plus, it's like almost impossible to clean once it gets really dirty. So yeah, tongue and groove flooring is key. The problem is I had 3 different kinds of flooring. So one, it looks kind of janky, but you know how it is. Like, it's not gonna look great me doing it anyway. So it's actually kind of quirky and cool. But it didn't all fit together, so that's why I had to screw some parts in. Also, just inherently piecing together those pieces of plywood. They're going to be just a tiny bit. There's going to be small level changes, and then it makes tongue and groove flooring. It won't even go in there, but if you screw it in, it'll cinch it down so it's a little bit, it'll look like it's tongue and grooved, but it'll really just be screwed in the floor. Also, I did one wall. I will just leave the walls till the next video. But yeah, and it was very cold. I was in and out of there through the blizzard, just turning the diesel engine on and off, and making sure everything was good. And with the heater in there, like this heater that I have right here, it's kind of big. I had that heater in there, and it stayed like around 30 degrees with just the insulation on one side that I put in, the spray foam, and the flooring. It stayed almost 35 degrees with only that in there and that heater. So like there was no curtains or anything holding the heat in. You know, I don't even have one wall on. I still don't. No, wait, do I? Yeah, I got both walls on now. Yeah, so that was that. What else? I guess that's it. This is the first part, so believe me, the videos will be getting a little bit more easy to watch and informative. Also, I'll have a little bit better explanation. But again, like, this is so rudimentary, and I'm not Bob the Builder, so everything I'm doing, anyone can do it. I'm not using any sort of weird tools. Luckily, I'm at the golf course now, so we have all of the tools and everything I would possibly need. So some of them are a little more powerful than like your baseline, whatever you'd get at like Menards or Lowe's. But it's not like I'm using any crazy tools. It's not like I'm using anything weird. Also, I'm not good at this either. So if I'm kind of breezing through this and I can get big parts done in one day, anyone can. This isn't a high roof or a sprinter, but you still have to kind of do it. You know, you want to do the floor before the walls, and if I was going to do the ceiling, you would want to do that, I'm guessing, after the walls. But yeah, thank you for watching. I hope this video is good, because if it is, then we'll use this camera more for doing other stuff. And yeah. Might be going surfing today and tomorrow with Shreds Fargo. The lake is thawing for the first. It was like a mini freeze after this huge snowstorm. So crazy. Anyways, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Also, go and check out 30-Year-Old Grom and The Leopards Go Wild and Jar 31 and Dev the Michigander. I just found this new channel called I don't know if I think it's Mountain Michael. He seems pretty cool. I found some other channels too. I'll drop some more later. Anyways, chill adventures. Let's go.